Hey everybody, Mr. Hampton here. I'm bringing you this presentation to let you know about Schoology. We're going to talk for about 2 minutes on what is Schoology, and then we're going to probably take about 10-15 minutes and we'll talk about how to sign up, how to upload an assignment, how to post a weekly reflection, to turn on and off notifications, and then to troubleshoot problems. Just as an FYI, in case I'm going too fast or maybe too slow, and if you want to just do this on your own, all information on the presentation is actually covered on pages 9 through 10 in your ACE language workbook. So if you just turn there, it'll run you through all the steps that I'm going to outline today. Okay, first thing that we're going to talk about is what is Schoology and why do I use it. Schoology is a free online service that allows students to submit their assignments online. I don't use them for every assignment in my class. I use them just for weekly reflections, that's once per week, and then for those bigger assignments I call compositions. That's about 2 to 3 per quarter. It allows me to grade things a lot faster. If you imagine, instead of carrying around lots of pieces of paper, all I have is just one laptop and I can go and I can grade assignments. I can give you really just the feedback that you guys need. Instead of me just putting an A on the paper, I can actually type comments to you. I can let you know what things you're really good at and then what things that you still need to work on. So that's pretty much the reason why I use Schoology. It's going to be easier for me. It's going to be easier for you. And once you get the hang about signing up and figuring out where things are, it'll go a lot faster for you. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to back out of the presentation and I'm going to run you through all the steps for Schoology. The first thing that you'll need to do is obviously pull up Schoology.com. I have it preloaded right here. When you go to the page for the first time, if you're a new user, you're going to have to click on the Sign Up button. And then once you hit Sign Up, it's going to ask you what you are. Don't click on instructor because then you'll get keyed as someone who actually runs a class. And yes, you could technically create your own classes, but then once it goes to admin approval, they'll figure out that you're not one, your whole account will be deleted. Just go ahead and click on student. It's going to ask you for an access code. And like I said, on pages 9 through 10 of your Hampton binder, you're going to have this sheet for Schoology, and it's going to tell you the codes that you need to sign up. So let's say I wanted to be an ACE language year 2. You would just take this code, copy and paste it over on the website, and hit continue. It's going to ask you for your name, maybe some sign-up information. That's pretty much it for a new user. I'm going to go ahead and act like I'm already on Schoology and I'm just adding a new course, which is for about half of you in my class. First thing that you're going to do is log in. And I'm going to log in as me. And let's see if this works. Alright, and we're in, and this is just my test account that I have set up. Okay, so the first thing you do when you log in, if you want to add a course, if you hit courses up at the top, and you just hit join, again it's going to ask you for that access code, and as soon as you type in an access code, you'll automatically join the class. Okay, so now that you're all signed in and signed up, we got to talk about a little bit about navigation, where things are. When you sign in for the first time and you're just on this main page, it can kind of look overwhelming. There's just some little key parts that you probably want to pay attention to. The first is the top bar. If you have just my course, if you click on courses, it'll be my course there. If you have other teachers who use Schoology, you can see their courses up there as well. The other area that I want to point out is toward the right. If you have upcoming assignments that are due, this is kind of like an important reminder calendar. So if you need to just go to an assignment real quick that you know is due today or tomorrow, it'll be listed on the right-hand side. As soon as the assignment deadline has passed, then these will disappear on this side. Okay, so to get to my class and to upload an assignment, you click on Courses up at the top, you click on My Course, and here is my course, and I have 3 folders set up. Some other courses will have additional information down here, but honestly I only use it for a couple things. One, like I said, is weekly reflections, the other is compositions, and in case you need an extra link to your workbook for ACE language, you can get it right here. Again, calendar is going to be on the right hand side, makes it easier to find things. Okay, so to upload an assignment. For compositions, this will probably be hopefully easy for a lot of you since maybe you've uploaded assignments before. It's very similar to attaching to an email. So I click on compositions, And if I have an assignment that's due, it'll say, oh, I've got this important essay, here's the due date, this is what I need to do. You click on it, and then over on the right hand side you're going to see a little box that says Submit Assignment. If you click on Submit Assignment, it's going to pop up a little window, and it's going to ask you, okay, well, where's the file? If you click File, it'll pop up a listing of your documents. You can go ahead and select the document that you want. Let's say I wanted to do this one. I'll hit yes. It'll upload it. I can hit submit. If I want to type in a comment, please don't grade this. And if I hit submit, and then that's it. It's already uploaded. We're good to go. And that's pretty much it for uploading an assignment. We'll talk about later on about troubleshooting, what happens if this box doesn't appear. The second thing is uploading to a weekly reflection. I'm going to back out of this just by up at the top. I can just click on year one. If I wanted to go back to the compositions folder, I could. Or if I could just use this as well, just to go back to the main ACE Language year one page. Okay, so weekly reflections is the other thing. Weekly reflections aren't like compositions. You don't need to type them ahead of time. I have a comment box at the bottom that you can just type your answers there and then hit submit, and then you're all set to go. It makes it a little bit faster. So if you click on weekly reflections, I just made a little test assignment. It says weekly reflection for week 1. Click on that, and then at the bottom it'll say write a comment. Just like when you write on Facebook or on a different social network page, all you have to do is type, this is my comment, and then you just hit post once you're all done. When you hit post though, it's going to say your comment is pending moderator approval. I do this for a couple reasons. The main reason is just to prevent people who post early from people stealing off your information. Because if you had all the answers and then you posted real late in the day, you could see other people's answers. So that's one reason, because I like to see people, kind of fresh. The second reason is if the first couple people that post really, really long answers, then people who post after them feel like they also have to post really long answers. And it's not bad to post a really long answer, but sometimes you don't need to, so that prevents that from happening as well. If let's say you made a little comment here and then you figured out, oh, I made some typos, let me back out of it. It's submitted to me automatically. The best thing that you can do, I would say, is as you're typing, let's say this is my comment, and let's say I take this, I copy it, so that way in case I post something but then I realize, oh, I made a mistake, then I can just make another comment below that and I can just hit the paste button and then it'll be the same thing that I typed, so I don't lose all that information. Because the only thing you can do is once you submit it to me is you can delete it, or you can just let me grade it as is, and then of course you can type from scratch again. Okay, so besides that, notifications is probably the biggest complaint that I get for new users on Schoology. Let me back out of all this by going to the home page. Okay, up at the top, it'll list your name, and it'll have this little arrow key right here. If you click on the arrow key and hit notifications, it's going to pop up a window that talks about how you want to be notified about things that go on in Schoology. By default, it's going to send you an email for every single time someone posts, which means if you're in a class with about 75, 80 people, you're going to get about 80 emails per week saying this person posted their assignment, this person uploaded their assignment. I'd highly recommend that you turn off notifications to your email unless you want to be notified about updates that people make. For example, I would definitely turn on when I update the course or when I add an assignment. I would definitely turn those on through email. Schoology also has a really cool feature where you can get notifications to your phone. I'd highly recommend, if you have a cell phone with text messaging, that you turn those on for when I upload an assignment or for when an assignment is due. A lot of times when an assignment is due in a couple hours, I'll make a general post, and if you have your if you have your phone linked by text messaging, you'll get a text saying, hey, your assignment is due in an hour. So that definitely helps out. Okay, last thing I want to talk about is troubleshooting. Some people, I would say maybe about 5 to 10 in a class of 75, experience some sort of problems with Schoology. First thing you want to do is look at your sheet for Schoology. It's on pages 9 through 10. All the way at the bottom, it talks about what happens if you get an error. The best thing to do is to make sure you do these first two things. The first is to make sure you have the most recent version of your browser. If you have an old computer or an old version of Internet Explorer, you're going to get weird error messages sometimes from Schoology. The second thing is Schoology uses Adobe Flash. You want to make sure you have that installed and it's the most recent version, because sometimes when you upload an assignment it'll look like it worked and then all of a sudden it'll say an error message or Adobe Flash Player will crash. So if you get the most recent version, that'll help alleviate some of those problems. The third thing that you want to do, and this fixes usually everyone's problem, people sometimes have problems when uploading assignments that they've typed ahead of time. Usually what will happen is that little button that says Submit Assignment that I talked about before will be missing. If that happens, it's usually because Flash Player isn't installed, but sometimes if that doesn't work even, you can bypass it by going to what I call the Basic Uploader. What you want to do is log on like normal, click on that little downward arrow where Notifications was. You're going to click on Account Settings this time. At the bottom, you'll have an option for how you want to upload files. If you use the basic option, it bypasses needing Flash, and that fixes, like I said, about 99% of the problems that people have when uploading. Okay, so besides that, that is how to use Schoology. As always, if you need to email me with questions or comments, just go ahead and let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and find it useful. I'll see you all in class.